Every day I get comments under my videos from Heartland fans who miss Ty Borden, asking where he is and why he's not returning. Every once in a while, these comments are about Georgie, Mallory, Sam, or some other character who hasn't shown up in Heartland in a while. This reminded me of all the actors who made a mark with their characters and then left the show, usually to pursue other career opportunities. So I decided it would be nice to make a video looking at their current lives. What have they been doing since they departed from Heartland? Let's see together. Before I go into the details about each cast member, I want to help every one of you who's asking me, how and when can I watch Heartland Season 18 if I'm not living in Canada? Well, the answer lies with PureVPN. By using this highly in-demand service, you can easily access restricted content no matter where you are in the world. Do you want to watch Heartland Season 18 without having to wait for months? You can log into PureVPN and unlock the episodes whenever you want. The first step you should take is to subscribe to PureVPN and then log in to connect to a server in Canada and start streaming Heartland Season 18 on CBC Gem. It's that easy. Don't worry, PureVPN also ensures that it will safeguard your digital identity. I'll put the link to PureVPN's website in the description box in the comments below. You can click on the link and it will take you directly to the right address. After this useful information, I can move on to the actors. Cindy Busby. Ashley left Hudson in season 4 when she wanted to go to law school. She briefly returned in season 7 and that was it. That was the last we saw of her. The exact reason for Cindy's departure is not known, but it was most likely to pursue other acting opportunities. Since then, she has been mainly known for her Hallmark projects like Marrying Mr. Darcy and Follow Me to Daisy Hills. Have you watched any of Cindy's movies? Do tell me in the comments. I have to give you this spoiler. I have seen this blonde lady who's dancing with Caleb in the season 18 trailer. I and some fans believe that it's Ashley making a comeback, but she hasn't appeared yet. Do you think that's her? Alicia Newton. Now we're in the territory of an actor who hasn't officially left the show, but who has also been visually absent for the last 2 seasons. We last saw Georgie at the end of season 16 when we learned she would go to Belgium for special training. Well, that was a cover-up for the fact that Alicia would be busy filming other projects whose timing clashed with that of Heartland. Her biggest project has been the Netflix hit My Life with the Walter Boys. Alicia usually hangs out with Dave, her lovely cat, in the home she bought with her boyfriend. She also loves spending time with her friends, going on holidays, and having fun, as someone her age should do. Robert Cormier. This one's tragic because the writers had big plans for Robert and his character Finn. According to Amber Marshall, the writers were actually planning a big love story for Amy and Finn, but unfortunately, Robert died untimely at the young age of 33. So if you've been wondering why we suddenly stopped seeing Finn and perhaps you didn't know anything about his death, well, this is the tragic reason. Robert died from his injuries sustained in a fall.
We were all pretty shocked. It's not something that, I don't know how to say this lightly, but if someone is sick and, you're almost expecting the end.
Right.
I think that in a way it's easier to deal with because you kind of were prepared for it or you knew it was coming. But to have a sudden accident, tragic loss, it hits you a lot harder because you weren't expecting that at all. Like I remember the last time I saw Robert and we were texting and he sent me this beautiful text and he was just like, I absolutely love working with you. Heartland has meant so much to me. And I still have it on my phone because it's something that, I look back and I'm like, he really enjoyed his time on set, and that makes me feel good.
Jessica Amley, another actor who stopped being a full-time cast member. For the first 6 seasons of the show, Mallory was one of the main characters, annoying the hell out of every other one, but in season 7, she decided to go to Paris with Jake. She only returned 3 times since then, in season 10, season 16, and 17. The last we saw her, she gave birth to her first child. The reason why Jessica left the show was obvious. She said, Heartland was very stable, which was great, and it was a great job for a young person, but I needed to expand myself and see what I'm made of. I felt like I got the hang of Mallory. I needed to challenge myself in other ways. And she did. She took part in a few different roles, most recently in 100 Lies and The Runner. Kevin McGarry. As you know, we didn't see much of Mitch after he and Lou broke up for having different views about having children. Lou already had Georgie and Katie and felt that she was done having kids. Mitch, however, was adamant about wanting his own, so they decided to break up, and we haven't seen him since season 14. The reason for his departure is apparent in his role in When Calls the Heart. Kevin auditioned for this new series while he was still filming for Heartland. After getting the role of Nathan Grant in the famous Hallmark show, Kevin transferred. He's still one of the main characters there after 5 seasons. Do you watch that show? Graham Wardle. Graham's departure from the role of Ty Borden was one of the biggest disappointments and heartbreaks the Heartland fandom has ever experienced. After going through so much and surviving much more difficult circumstances, Ty died in season 14, episode 1 from a blood clot. Killing the character was not the writer's choice. Graham Wardle was the one who wanted to leave, and he was one of those rare actors who spoke about the reasons for leaving, giving fans of the show some sort of closure. Graham's reasons were many, but it was mainly about wanting to move on and try out different things for himself. Right now, he's hosting a podcast called Time Has Come, where he has guests who each went through a special spiritual journey. He also released a poetry book with the same name, Time Has Come.
My new book of poetry is called Time Has Come. It's on Amazon right now. I'm very grateful for all the people that have supported me and helped me get to this point to release my second book. It's a special one for me because it catalogs this path that I've been on the last couple of years of carving a new path in life and stepping off into the unknown. That's what the podcast is about. That's what this book of poetry is about. I've included reflections with the book, questions that you can ask yourself, that I ask myself, that have helped me navigate the unknown, the doubts and the fears and the insecurities that arise when you are breaking the mold, when you're trying something new, when you're following your heart, when you're challenging the fears and the insecurities or the false beliefs that have held you back.
It looks like Graham stopped acting as he hasn't been involved in any movies or TV shows since Heartland. Shawn Roberts. His character Sam just silently disappeared even though he was neighbors with the family and helped out at Tim's rodeo school. There was even a time when we all thought he would be Amy's new love interest, but that didn't end up happening. The last we saw him was in the first episode of season 17. It doesn't look like he'll be making a comeback. Shawn has been involved in a few projects since then, and most of them haven't come out yet, but we do know that he wasn't on set for season 18. Don't forget what I told you about PureVPN. Their service is quite fast and easy to use and is the best way to watch Heartland as quickly as possible. If you want to learn more about the Heartland cast, check out this video.